Season 59, War number 12. Today we've matched up against DSVG, the bands are Corvus, Sinister, Onslaught, Serpent, and Bastion. And my team today is Spider-Woman, Jean Grey, and Dark Phoenix. And this is a very big war for us. If we win this one, we get Masters. If we lose it, we fall down to Plat 1. And yeah, I'm really excited to get into this one. First, I'm bringing Spider-Woman back since War 5. So it's been a while since I've been able to use her. And I'm taking my war fights really late into the war for me. There's only like 3 hours and change left as of when I'm taking my fights, and I'm usually like doing them with like 12 hours left minimum. So it did feel a little strange taking my fights so late this war, but I was basically waiting on a free Wags pre-fight on my final boss that I could have gotten because we had an extra one, and I wasn't even going to take any chances of like, oh, what if I somehow died and I would have won if I had the extra attack from Wags, but I wasn't going to even bother risking that since it was free. I decided to wait, and yeah, that meant I was doing my fights Tuesday morning, and we're just going to hope they go well. Doing all 8 of them in one run. These were the final 10 fights of the Alliance as a whole as well, to hopefully get a successful win. But if we can get Masters on this season, it will be the first time that this Alliance has ever gotten Masters in back-to-back seasons, so like twice in a row, because we got it last season for the Big Thing season, and if we can get it this season, it'll be our first twice in a row Master finish, which would be really cool. And now I'm using Jean against this Attuma here. So yeah, this one's pretty simple. I just need to watch the root timer, and then hopefully I have a special ready for that. But even if I don't, it's not that hard. We purify his own concussions, so he's not even getting hydration nearly as fast as he normally would. And then I'm just going to heavy break out the root with my special 2, and he goes down. And yep, we're going to move on to fight Sasquatch here on node 27 next with Spider-Woman. This is Hazard Shift, Poison, and Cold Snap. Running an invul boost for this one just in case I somehow get clipped by a special attack or he goes to a special 3. Because of the prowess node, I really don't want to risk that part. So we are only going to hit in the poison phase because that's what she's immune to. I'm going to throw a few attacks in the Cold Snap one because we have full access to inequity and stuff. And the ensnare will make it to where the Cold Snap triggers a little bit less often. But in general, I definitely will try to play a little bit slower in the Cold Snap phase, and then go ahead and try to dex at least one hit in his special 2 so that I can refresh my Furies. Game was lagging pretty bad for this fight and the next fight, so after the next one I'm going to refresh it. As you can see, it's just freezing up at some point in the fight, but that's okay. I'm going to go for my special 1 here, and then he triggers Wrath right there, which is perfect timing, and then the Power Stings do some nice damage to him, and here he's just dropping some specials, which is fine. I'm going to go ahead and go for a counter there, and yeah, I can get a couple Cold Snaps on me if I need to. Get parried there, that was unfortunate, but it's okay, because I'm going to go for the special 1 right here, and then Power Stings will basically finish him off when he goes for it, right here. And then he goes down, and we move on to the next Hazard Shift fight against future Ant-Man here. Hazard Shift, Incinerate, Bleed, and One Eye Open. I have taken this fight before. This one does not go as clean as the last time I did it, but I'm going to go ahead and get a PS1 boost on. The goal for this fight is literally just spam my special 1s and heavy attacks. I can do this during the bleed phase as well because both of those are only 1-hit attacks, so I'm going to be barely getting any bleeds on me when I use them. And yeah, he's running Collar Tech, which is fine. It's not that big a deal. It just means I'm getting a little bit less power, but also the power gain kind of makes it fine anyway. I'm going to go ahead and try to pulverize those armors there if he charges a heavy, which he does. Give me an extra Ember and a little bit of burst damage. And then, yeah, it's just kind of this until he eventually drops. Just doing some consistent Nova Flame damage. Here he drops another special 1. And then I'm going to drop my special 1. And I'm getting close to my corner here, which is annoying. but he's almost dead, so I'm feeling pretty okay about it. And there, I did a very bad heavy charge. That was definitely not going to land, but it's okay. And then I accidentally parry, so I'm eating 1 eye open damage. I was like, I didn't mean to parry there, but it's okay. It's just a couple potions. So I'm going to use Dark Phoenix again for this 41 Sentinel. Originally, the plan was use Spider-Woman. I thought it was safer to use Dark Phoenix because I'm Incinerate immune if I somehow get clipped by a Special 2, because realistically that's the only way I'm dying in this fight is I get clipped by a Special 2. And if that happens with Dark Phoenix, I can still live. So that's kind of why I'm using her instead of Spider-Woman here. And we're just going to do a couple special ones, and eventually I'm going to go for a Special 2 in the fight. I'm giving him his analysis charges pretty early, especially when I'm spamming special ones, but it doesn't really matter for Dark Phoenix. If he gets that max analysis, like, sure, his specials will be cheaper, his armor and crit resist will be higher, but we're just doing a bunch of damage from Nova Flame anyway, so it doesn't really make a big difference if his armor and crit resist is high. It's just, you know, the special attacks are cheaper, which is the annoying part. I don't remember if I get rooted in this fight. I want to say I don't, but again, I don't remember. We'll find out together. And then I have the Fury active now, which is great. So I'm just going to drop some special ones with it active, and he's going to start dying very fast from here. Drop another special one, and then I'm going to go for another special one. He's at the armor phase now. I do get rooted, but then I break out of it. He's going to get the power gain from one of the armors expiring, but we pulverize the other 2, and it kills him. So, yep, easy right there. And then we're going to move on to this Zola here on node 44. This fight I thought was going to be easy. It did not go nearly as well as I had hoped. So Spider-Woman's, again, poison immune. The rupture phase is going to be the one that I need to play a little bit slower in. I do have the physical resist stat focus on specifically for this fight because I can take a little bit less damage from the rupture phase. At least I think I changed it to physical resist. I might have just kept it at crit rate, but I know I was at least considering doing that. So anyway, I dex the special here, and then he charges a heavy. I didn't like the spacing, so when I'm going to try to heavy counter him is when he charges a heavy after his medium one or light one, and he just was not giving me that. He was doing multiple combos into my block. And then if he was going to charge a heavy, it was like always the attack where I'm like, I don't know if the spacing's right here, so I'm not even going to try. And there is another 5-hit combo in my block, or full combo, I mean. And here I'm starting to get cornered now. I'm like, okay, that spacing works, but like I can't deal with dexing the entire special. And I don't even know what happened there. Somehow my evade triggered. And then it triggered unfazed, and then he just blocks my special too. Like, I don't even know how I evaded there, because I thought I just did a dex special intercept. Somehow my dex was like evaded or something. Anyway, my evade triggered, then his unfazed triggered, causing me to literally just drop my special 2 into the air, and I don't get the retribution. So, and then again, the evade happens, and then I eat a heavy attack, and I'm just like, okay, why is this going so badly? So, yeah, here I can get a heavy counter. He does give me the spacing I'm looking for, which is nice. And at this point, I'm like, okay, I have 20 Furies. The Retribution is active. I need this guy to drop a special, but he's not even doing it. So I gotta drop my special 1 and hopefully get the dex on his special 2. And he gives me the spacing to where I can get the dex. So that's a big burst of power stings. Now I just need to build to another special 2, and he's dead. And actually, what's going to kill him is the power sting from the relic, which that's a pretty fun way to kill him. That one little power sting from the Spider Ham relic is what finished him off there, so that's nice. Alright, next fight, we're fighting Enchantress here on node 48. So we're just going to do the regular Spider-Woman thing, get to a special 2, and then special 1, and then she's dead. Bane is obviously frustrating, so I'm going to try to make sure I'm taking advantage of the Bane node. Then again, if she dashes back and drops a special in my block, then I can't do anything about it, which is just, you know, the thing Enchantress does all the time, but that's okay. Here, I'm going to go ahead and do some combos, because I have the debilitates active, so I can't actually take any of the reflection. Drop my special 2 into her heavy attack, which is going to remove the green and purple spells. And then I'm going to build up to a special 1, ideally with a couple more Furies, which I'm going to get right there. And then we drop the first special 1, and then she's going to trigger a special 2, brings her down to 32%. And then I know my next set of power stings is just going to finish her off. I have the relic ready, and special 1 right there, and I know the special 1 from her is going to kill her, and she goes down. And then the final fight of my war, we're fighting a Yelena boss with Jean again. Pretty fading way to end my season. So I'm just hoping this one goes well. This was definitely the fight this war I was scared of the most. Mainly because, like, I've soloed it before, I've timed out to it before. I have to make sure to get it right this time, especially with all the weight riding on this one. So yeah, of my 8 fights, this was the one I was worried about the most. And I'm just hoping it goes well. So anyway, we're going to go with the strategy that worked for me, this fight I soloed it, where I'm going to do my special 1, special 2, obviously, but I'm going to be baiting her special 1s exclusively until, if I'm pushing her to 2 bars, I need her to drop it without the impact on her, and also when I'm not trying to go for my kill shot. So, like, if she's going to go for a special 2 at all, I want it to be after I drop my own special 2. Because then if I somehow get the disarm passive on me, which shouldn't happen, but if it does, then I'm not going for a damage cycle anyway, so the 50% damage reduction that I'm faced with because of the disarm will at least be kind of whatever, since I'm not trying to do a bunch of damage anyway. I am going to block the special 2s again, because that was another thing that really messed me up last time I did it, and unfortunately she does cross 50% health with my basic attacks, so she does get the 50 combo there, and elimination mode's happening a little bit earlier than I was hoping, but it's okay. I'm really hoping that she will wait to drop the special 2 until after I get my force field back, and that's exactly what happens. But she is in elimination mode, so she is going to rip through it really fast because they're guaranteed crits. So now I just need to get her out of elimination mode. So we're going to do medium attacks when I can hit her block. Otherwise, hitting her block is the easier way to do it. When she has the impact passive from her special 1, then I have to hit her block only. And then she drops a special 1 here, I believe. And I'm feeling pretty good. We're only 2 minutes in, and she's only got a 3rd health left. So I just need to go ahead and finish the fight. And she drops a special 1 there, which is perfect. Down to 5 combo again. So I know special 1, special 2 is going to basically kill her. Force field's back too, so I can block a special 2. Don't ask me what happened there. So immediately I lose some of my force field, but I still am fine. Had the invul boost active, and one of the hits was eaten by that. Got 4 extra neuroshocks on my special 1, which is helpful. And now it's just like, okay, if I get to my special 2, she's dead. I know it's gonna kill her at that point. So we're just gonna keep baiting special 1s, gonna bait 1 more special 1, and then finish the job. So yeah, right here, she's gonna drop it, and then I'm like, okay, she's dead. If I dex this, she's dead. And then finish the combo, special 2, gone. And that is my season. So, as far as the war goes, we did win. We won 13-9, and that means we officially have gotten Masters 2 seasons in a row for the first time in the Book of the Vishanti history. So, awesome. I'm really happy we've been able to do this. And we are going to have to defend our title again next season. So we're currently sitting at 15th place before Docs, which is great. Not even trying to play for top 10, we just want that top 20, and we got our goal, which is all that matters. So that's really cool. So as far as my personal stats went, I did 93 fights. I died twice and timed out once. Took 46 mini-bosses, and my kill-to-death ratio was 96.7, which I don't remember exactly what this looks like in comparison to previous seasons. I don't think it was one of my best seasons, but at the same time, I'm really proud of how it went. And yeah, if we take away the timeout, only dying twice is still good, but I mean, I definitely still have to include the timeout, which was just really unfortunate to have my game, just, I don't know. now. That time I felt terrible, but at the same time, it doesn't matter. So, yeah, I had a pretty good season, I think. I got to use pretty much 5 champs mainly, that being Jean Grey, Spider-Woman, Dark Phoenix, Tigra, and Bastion, which 4 of those are champs who came out this year, which is great. I always love playing new champs, bringing value to new champs in war and stuff, and showing what they can do. So, really happy I was able to use 4 new champs almost exclusively this season. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the war fights this season, and yeah, I will see you in the next video.